Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for apple pie pecan biscuits, and they're absolutely delicious. Figured since I was already in my kitchen this morning, I've got my coffee here and I was going to make these anyway, so I figured I would just share them with you. Now they're very easy to make. We're going to be making these homemade, but you can certainly use frozen or canned biscuits. Whichever you have on hand will work perfectly fine. You just have to adapt it just a little bit. Also, I will leave the full written recipe on my blog, which you can find that link down in the description box below. And you can just head on over there and I will have everything written out for you guys, including the frozen and canned biscuits and how you can do that. So what we're going to do is just go over the ingredients here. I've got them all set out and let's get cooking. So first off, what you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 425 degrees. You're going to get out your baking dish. You can use whatever you want. Go ahead and butter that so it's ready to go. Alright guys, so what we're going to need is, this is going to be 3 steps. It's very easy. So for your biscuits, you're going to need flour. You're going to need baking powder, baking soda, and salt, sugar, buttermilk, powdered milk, Crisco, vanilla. For the filling, you're going to need apple pie filling. You can use any brand, any type, will work just fine. You're also going to need butter, pecans, cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar, powdered sugar, and a little bit of milk. Alright guys, for your biscuits, you're going to go ahead and add in your sugar, your baking powder, baking soda, and your salt, and your powdered milk. You're going to go ahead and give this a mix. Make sure it's mixed very well. To this, you're going to go ahead and add in your Crisco. And then just cut this in until it's crumbly. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and I'll meet you right back here. Okay guys, I have mixed that in pretty well. You don't have to have it too crumbly. Just go ahead and make sure that it's just well incorporated and it's got pea-sized bits in there, and that will work just fine. Now what you're going to do is just mix in your vanilla, about a teaspoon, into your buttermilk. Give that a little mix. Because we are making sweet biscuits, so just go ahead and pour this into your flour mixture. Now you don't want to over mix this because it will become tough. So just go ahead and mix this just until everything is combined. You don't have to have it completely mixed, but you want to get it mixed enough. Okay. Now just take a little bit of flour on your surface. Flour your hands. Add your biscuit dough to your floured surface. You want to handle this as little as possible, because the more you handle biscuit dough, the more tough it's going to get. And we don't want tough biscuits. So, just add a little flour to the top here. And just go ahead and press this together as best as you can. And then just start folding it over on itself, twisting and turning like that, just to create nice flaky layers. If you need more flour, go ahead and add more, just don't add too much. Now, pat this out about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thick. Because we are going to add our pie filling to this. Get this into a square rectangle here, and that'll work. Okay, so what we're going to do is just take a little bit of this butter, not a lot at all, because we want to move rather quickly, and just spread this out because we want the inside to be nice and moist so it doesn't get dry in the baking process. And that should be good. So now we're just going to take half of our mixture, our apple pie filling, and add that right to the biscuit dough, and just kind of spread it out. It doesn't have to be exact, but you do want to leave somewhat of a border. Because you don't want too much filling in the inside, because we're going to be topping it on the top of the biscuits. So now what you're going to do is just kind of fold it over. Now here's where it's going to get a little messy. So just go ahead and fold it over. If there's any pieces that need to be floured, go ahead and flour those. If your biscuit dough falls apart, that's okay. It is fine. Now I've got my skillet here. I'm just going to set that to the side, and you're just going to cut these into 1/2 inch pieces, and then just put these onto your pan. I'm just kind of making them into little round circles as I go. It doesn't have to be precise because they're going to bake up anyway, and that is perfectly fine. They turn out perfect. So I'm just going to add those right in there. Make sure they're touching just slightly. Okay guys, I've got my biscuits on my pan. I put them in the refrigerator so they'll stay cold until I get everything mixed together. So what you're going to do now to your brown sugar is add in your cinnamon and your nutmeg and your pecans. And then just give this a mix. Make sure it's well combined. That brown sugar and cinnamon and nutmeg are very well combined. And set that aside. Now here are my biscuits. So we're just going to brush the top with a little bit of butter, just so they stay nice and moist. Now you want to do this liberally because these are a soft biscuit. They're not going to be a hard biscuit like normal or a more substantial biscuit. Then go ahead and add on your brown sugar and your nut mixture evenly all across the top of the biscuits. And this is going to melt down and just become absolutely delicious. Now just go ahead and add on the remaining bits of apple pie filling across the top. It doesn't have to be exact or precise where you put them. It's going to turn out absolutely delicious. And kind of drizzle it with a little bit more butter. No, these are not healthy, as you can tell, but it is okay to indulge every once in a while. And I recommend eating these on occasion. Now we're just going to pop these in a 425-degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, just until the biscuits are cooked through. Now we'll meet you right back here. Alright guys, while the biscuits are in the oven cooking, we're going to go ahead and make the glaze for the top of the biscuits. So you're just going to add in just a little bit of milk at a time, about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and then just mix it up to however thick that you like it. And then we're just going to set this aside until the biscuits are done, and then I will meet you right back here and we'll glaze the top of it, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. Okay guys, I just pulled them out of the oven, topped it with the glaze on top, and they are done and ready to go. They're still a little bit hot, but this is what it looks like. Now I made a double batch. I made one in the cast iron skillet, and I made one in a bigger pan because I have a lot of them and they freeze really well. So I like having these on hand for in the morning time. So I'm just going to take a bite really quick. The biscuit is really nice and soft. You got that crunchy outer layer on the top of the biscuit and the sides that everybody loves. Then you got the flavor of the apples and the spices, and that sweet glaze on top just gives it enough sweetness. It's not too sweet, but it is absolutely delicious. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.